सोल लेवल एनिमल कम्युनिकेशन कोई भी कर सकता है?
इंटरेस्टिंग है। एनिमल कम्युनिकेशन कोई ऐसी चीज़ नहीं है जो हम किसी कोर्स में सीख पाएँ। इसको प्रैक्टिस बहुत करना पड़ता है।
यू कैन टॉक डेड एनिमल्स ऑल्सो?
Yes, I can talk to dead animals also. So having any animal in your life is just not a coincidence. The animals choose you, then they choose you for a purpose.
बस मैं
Plant
dog
से
से
communicate कर सकते हैं. Animal can talk to a plant can talk to an animal, two animals can talk to each other, a pet can talk to a wild animal will communicate. They are operating at a higher frequency than us, and sometimes sound, sometimes big knowing. Like suddenly out of the blue, they can show you a picture of the house they live in.
मेरे पास एक पेट है बबलू, तो बबलू के साथ अभी हम बात कर सकते हैं? इज इट पॉसिबल?
I can feel a lot of energy moving in my hands. So Bablu is very high energy. He's showing me like a space. I see this door.
Exactly. This is what my house looks like.
This dog said, okay, you need to change this staircase of my house. So she called Vastu consultants. That guy came and said that, this is the thing which is creating maximum problem in your life.
कभी ऐसा होता है कि आप किसी से कनेक्ट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो लेकिन वो उन्होंने मना कर दिया?
हाँ, उस दिन तो मुझे ऐसा लगा कि लाइक आई एम शर्लक होम्स. मैं देख रही हूँ, अच्छा शेप ऐसा है, अब कौन सा शेप है, अब क्या कलर है.
Can I tell my lizard to get out of my room?
I always connect to them.
And they go outside?
Zara is another pet of mine who is in heaven. She absorbed a lot of energy of mine just to help me be strong and carry on my process of healing.
सपोज आपके घर में कोई चीज़ गुम हो जाती है, कैन यू कम्युनिकेट विद द डॉग टू नो कि वो आपकी गुम हुई चीज़ कहाँ पे है? इमेजिन करिए अगर हम अपने पेट्स जैसे कि डॉग्स, बर्ड्स, कैट्स, इन सब से वैसे ही बात कर पाते जैसे हम आपसे बात करते हैं, इंसानों से बात करते हैं. इम्पॉसिबल लगता है, राइट? जी हाँ, आज हम इन्हीं चीज़ों के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे एक हमारी ऐसी गेस्ट के साथ जो एशियाज़ ओनली सोल लेवल एनिमल कम्युनिकेटर हैं, जो पेट्स की सोल से कनेक्ट करती हैं. ना सिर्फ पेट्स, किसी भी एनिमल के सोल से कनेक्ट करके उनको पीस दिलवा सकती है जो उन्हें चाहिए, उनकी मेंटल इलनेस सॉल्व कर सकती हैं, उनको वो आंसर्स दे सकती है जिन क्वेश्चंस के साथ वो जूझ रहे हैं. तो इसी के साथ इन्हीं बातों में हम डिस्कस करेंगे. स्वागत करते हैं डॉक्टर पारुल का भविष्यवाणी पे. स्वागत है मैम आपका.
Thank you so much, Bhavishya. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm looking forward to this conversation.
सेम हो. सबसे पहले तो मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहती हूँ कि सोल लेवल एनिमल कम्युनिकेशन कोई भी कर सकता है या फिर स्पेसिफिक आप इसी ट्रेट के साथ पैदा होते हो जन्म से?
Interesting question. Actually, animal communication is like, अगर आपने सुना होगा psychic mediums जो read करते हैं, जो energy के साथ बात करते हैं, it is basically a similar thing. And when we connect with an animal, we are tuning into their energy, into their soul, getting more information on them. और ये कोई ऐसी चीज़ नहीं है कि जो सिर्फ मैं कर सकती हूँ. आप लोग कर सकते हैं, कोई भी कर सकता है एनिमल कम्युनिकेशन, प्रोवाइडेड आपने अपने आप को कमिट करा है इस तरह की प्रैक्टिस के लिए. क्योंकि एनिमल कम्युनिकेशन के लिए सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट प्री रिक्विजिट है दैट यू शुड बी कम्प्लीटली एंड टोटली प्रेजेंट इन द मोमेंट विद देम. That's how animals are. They're completely and totally present. So to work with them, to work with their energy or to talk to them, आपको completely and totally present होना पड़ेगा. And ये soul level animal communication is a trademark reading that I have. And this I have been blessed by my mentor, and she has helped me hone my skills over the years with interesting है. Animal communication कोई ऐसी चीज़ नहीं है जो हम किसी कोर्स में सीख पाएँ. इसको प्रैक्टिस बहुत करना पड़ता है. सो ठीक है, आप एक कोर्स कर सकते हैं, बट आई वॉज वेरी फॉर्चुनेट दैट माई मेंटर हैंड हेल्ड मी एंड शी हेल्प मी होन माई स्किल.
जब आप बोल रहे हो ना कि एक्चुअल में प्रेजेंट होना पड़ता है, तो फिजिकली प्रेजेंट होना पड़ता है या मेंटली प्रेजेंट होना पड़ता है?
आपको फिजिकली, मेंटली, एनर्जेटिकली, इमोशनली. एक जब आप मेडिटेट करते हैं तो मेडिटेशन में क्या होता है, यू अचीव अ स्टेट वेर यू आर कम्प्लीटली स्टिल. People want to achieve the stillness.
Right.
So animal communication happens in that stillness.
Okay.
So in the stillness is where the information comes.
Okay.
So आपको वो stillness achieve करनी पड़ती है. So practice जो करनी है stillness achieve करने का करना है. So those people who can achieve that kind of stillness, and then obviously there are ways by which you communicate and connect with them. Animals gives us messages in the form of images, and sometimes sound, sometimes big knowing. Like suddenly out of the blue, they can show you a picture of the house they live in. They can show you where they are, what they are doing. So they give you information in the form in which you are best suited to grab it.
Okay.
हर आदमी का इंट्यूटिव स्केल, अगर हम बात करें फ्रॉम 0 to 1, उनका इंट्यूटिव इन्फॉर्मेशन रिसीव करने का स्केल अलग होता है. कोई किस बैंडविड्थ पे उसे रिसीव कर रहा है, कोई किसी और तरह से रिसीव कर रहा है. हो सकता है आप बहुत इंट्यूटिव हैं और आप इमेजेस रिसीव कर सकते हैं, और हो सकता है मैं बहुत इंट्यूटिव हूँ पर मैं साउंड्स रिसीव कर सकती हूँ. सो एनिमल्स विल ऑलवेज स्कैन. You know, you have to understand they are more intelligent, advanced than us. They are high, they are operating at a higher frequency than us, so they know how to send us messages. क्योंकि हम चाहे intuitive psychic हों या ना हों, animals सारे psychic हैं.
Okay.
All the animals are intuitive, all the animals are psychic. They are using that in their everyday communication. दो एनिमल्स आपस में बात करते हैं तो इंट्यूशन से बात करते हैं, एनर्जी से बात करते हैं. दे हैव मास्टर्ड दैट लैंग्वेज. नाउ एज ह्यूमंस सम ऑफ अस आर लर्निंग टू मास्टर दीज लैंग्वेजेस एंड लर्निंग टू मास्टर दैट एनर्जेटिक कम्युनिकेशन विद एनिमल्स.
जैसे आपने बोला ना एनिमल्स कम्युनिकेट करते हैं, तो कोई भी स्पीशीज किसी भी स्पीशीज से कम्युनिकेट कर सकती है, लाइक डॉग्स कैट से
हाँ,
कम्युनिकेट कर
कोई
सकते
भी कर
हैं,
सकता है.
या फिर डॉग्स आपस में
प्लांट
डॉग
से
से.
कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं. एनिमल कैन टॉक टू अ प्लांट कैन टॉक टू एन एनिमल, टू एनिमल्स कैन टॉक टू ईच अदर, अ पेट कैन टॉक टू अ वाइल्ड एनिमल विल कम्युनिकेट. सो दिस दे हैव मास्टर्ड द लैंग्वेज ऑफ एनर्जी
ओके.
and they communicate and talk. आप देखोगे कभी घर में भी, if you have more than one pet, and it's very interesting, like I have so many pets at home, so I have these cats. So these two cats will be just looking at each other like this, not saying anything.
Okay.
They're just looking. Suddenly they'll start playing and jumping, you know. So I know in that moment when they are just looking at each other, they are connecting.
हाँ.
तो वो एक दूसरे से कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं, कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं. सो एनिमल्स हैव लॉट ऑफ नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन. उनका तो सारा ही कम्युनिकेशन नॉन वर्बल है.
टेलीपैथी.
सब टेलीपैथी से कनेक्ट करते हैं.
ओके. तो दिस इज इंटरेस्टिंग, बट आई वांट टू नो, सपोज लायंस हैं, वो एक डियर से कम्युनिकेट करके बोल सकता है कि मैं तुझे खाने जा रहा हूँ, और डियर मना कर सकता है कि नहीं प्लीज़ मत खाओ, मुझे अपने बच्चों के पास जाना है. इज दिस ऑल्सो पॉसिबल?
Lovely question. Now we are talking about animals existing in the physical plane and the soul plane. So they are, and their awareness is very high. So animals जब physical plane में exist कर रहे हैं, they can experience jealousy, hunger, hatred, love, all these emotions like us. When they are in the soul plane, they know the reason why. So when they exist, see, उनका एक पार्ट ऑफ द सोल बहुत इवॉल्व है, हमारा भी है, पर हम उसको, उस इंट्यूशन को शट डाउन करते हैं. हमको नहीं पता हम किस पर्पस के लिए यहाँ आए हैं. वो डियर को पता है कि मुझे इस लायन का खाना बनना है.
ओके.
मेरा ये सोल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है कि मैं इस समय, इस टाइम पे, इस स्टेज लाइफ में आई विल बी फूड फॉर दिस लायन. बिकॉज ही इज़ नॉट ईटिंग मी बिकॉज ही वॉन्ट्स टू होर्ड. He is eating because that's the need. His stomach is not full. Like there's a difference, you know. We want certain amount of money, then we want more, then we want more, then we want more. But for animals, it's very simple. I'm hungry, I will eat food. If I'm not hungry, I don't need that deer. So you have seen in so many of the videos you see on National Geographic, otherwise also you'll see, there are lions who've had their food, they're relaxing. You'll see animals going around them, you'll see monkey playing. He's not jumping and pouncing and saying, okay, let me save this one monkey for the rainy day. If tomorrow I get old and I'm not able to hunt, so I will kill 3 monkeys and keep them on my side. They don't do that. And the monkeys also understand. So like you said, yes, a lion can communicate and tell the deer that I'm coming to eat you, and the deer can also say that I have kids at home and I need to go back. But that is not happening. Why? Because the deer understands her purpose, the lion understands his purpose, and that's a contract. If you go back in time and ages, when people would eat animals or they would use their skin, I'm talking about the primitive times, there were special offerings, proper prayers done, and they would seek the permission of the animal to use whatever they are using. If you go to the time of shamanism, if you go back in time and see the different cultures where they were using an animal, there was a lot of respect, even while using their skin, because they needed to wear it, they needed to sleep on it, or whatever they were doing. Versus now, when we use certain products just because it's fashion, or we like to wear them, or we like to use. So the whole equation in the jungle is very need based. It is not desire based. And a lion is not hunting a deer because he desires, because it is his need. And when he does not have the need, he's very happy to let her go home and be free and enjoy and do whatever they want.
So you are Asia's only animal soul communicator.
Yeah, soul level animal
Soul
communicator.
level animal communicator. What does this mean?
Soul level animal communicator is a trademark reading which my mentor gives to the people who hone their skills and train with my mentor. In this session, what we do is we find out the soul contract and the soul purpose.
Okay.
Why this animal is in your life, why is he bringing up this certain contract, and how that is helping you grow and evolve as a person. So, having any animal in your life is just not a coincidence. The animals choose you, then they choose you for a purpose. Okay, I want to come into Bhavashya's life to do this. I will help her with these things. And they have very interesting ways of showing that. So, they will bring up any behavior, they can bring up illness, they can bring up anything as a way of communicating to you and sharing with you, look, this is why I'm doing this, because I want you to change these things in your life. And as a soul level animal communicator, and there are many more all over the world also, we connect, we understand, we pull out that soul contract, and we share it with the human to understand how and what their animal needs from them.
तो ये कैसे होता है? अगर सपोज मेरे पास एक पेट है whose name is बबलू, तो what all things would you require to know
Do
that?
this? Okay, I would just need Bablu's name,
Okay.
and that you already told me. So the name of the animal,
Yeah.
the gender of the animal, like a male. Is Bablu a dog or a cat?
Okay. Dog.
Dog, dog. And Bablu is alive?
Alive.
Yes.
Yes.
Or in spirit. These are the things I need
You
to
can
know.
talk dead animals
Yes,
also.
I can talk to dead animals also. It is no different,
Okay.
because I only need these 5 things. I only need the name of the animal, I need the gender, I need the species. And when I say species, I do not need to know the breed of the animal. I just need to know whether it's a dog, cat, rabbit, hen, horse, whatever.
फोटो भी नहीं चाहिए होता.
नहीं, फोटो नहीं चाहिए होता है.
तो अगर सपोज एक अबैंडन डॉग है मेरे घर के बाहर, अभी रिसेंटली एक डॉग आया और कोई तो उसे छोड़ गया है. आई डोंट नो हिज नेम, एज, लोकेशन. आई जस्ट नो हाउ ही लुक्स. ऐसा दिखता है और अभी कोई उसे छोड़ गया है. अब हाउ डू आई हेल्प हिम, और एंड हाउ डू वी कनेक्ट विद हिम अगर उसका नेम और एज
सिंपल,
नहीं
आप
पता?
उसको, आई एम श्योर अगर आप कोई भी एनिमल होगा, यू विल लाइक टू एड्रेस इट इन सम वे.
या
आप उसको किसी तरह से, यू कैन ऑलवेज,
वी हैव नेम्ड हिम नूरा.
दैट्स ओके. सो देन
Okay.
दैट इज नूरा.
ओके.
Noora, a dog, a female, that's it. We don't need anything more, and
That's
it's
it.
alive.
ओके.
Yeah. So that's how we connect. See, what happens is, that's how I have learned. Because my mentor believes that by looking at, she believes that by looking at a picture, or she does not want us to have any preconceived notion. The work that we do is not easy. It may look very easy peasy when we are doing a reading, but you have to control the logical side of your brain. You have to stop that from giving you any information. The more information you give to your logical brain, the more it starts hampering with the psychic side of your brain.
ओके.
So that is why it is very important to cut out all the information which can be very logical.
तो
So like we do not need to, when somebody comes in the session, I don't want them to describe anything about the animal.
Okay.
Don't tell me, okay, I have this issue, these are the concerns, this is what. No, I don't need anything. You just walk in like blank in the session. This is all I need to know. I will progress in the session. Your animal will talk. Whatever questions you have, we will ask and we will answer. So it's not only a question answering kind of a session, a reading. A reading has lot more.
और कितना टाइम लगता है इसमें?
A reading would technically take anywhere between 30 to 60 minutes.
30 to 60 minutes.
Yes.
फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ़ आई टेल यू कि ये अबैंडन डॉग है, तो आपको आधा पौना घंटा लगेगा उसको उसके साथ कनेक्ट होने में.
नहीं, कनेक्ट होने में आधा पौना घंटा नहीं लगेगा. कनेक्ट होने में तो मुश्किल से 2 या 3 मिनट लगेंगे, बट पूरी रीडिंग करने में, लो एक्चुअली क्या होता है, एनिमल कम्युनिकेशन इज नॉट अ क्वेश्चन आंसरिंग सेशन. बिकॉज द आइडिया, इफ यू आर कमिंग टू मी एज अ पेट पेरेंट टू डू द एनिमल कम्युनिकेशन, you would want to know what your pet is saying,
Yeah.
what your pet is feeling, or probably how he feels in the body. Does he have any aches and pains? What is his likes and dislikes? What does he want to communicate with me? How does he see me as a person? So all these things are done, and then we come to the point where we are asking you questions. Then you can come up with your questions. So first let the animal speak.
ओके.
The idea of this communication is giving the animal a chance to talk. So first, at least give the animal a chance to say whatever the animal has to say.
Right.
So there is a particular structure to the reading. I follow that structure. I let the animal speak what he has to speak, and then we do the questions and then the soul
Right.
lesson.
राइट. सो अगर हमारे पास कोई भी पेट है, किसी के भी घर में कोई भी पेट होता है, what relation that pet has with the family. Is it any karmic relationship, or what is it?
Well, I would say there are a lot of soul contracts, which you may call them as karmic relationships. So, a pet which is there in, like, suppose you have Bablu in your life, and
Yeah.
there'll be other members of your family. So, Bablu has a soul contract with every individual family member.
Okay.
Like my dog Golu has a soul contract with me, with my son, with my husband,
Mm-hmm.
and the other people who are close to him
Yeah.
could be the people who work with me. So he has a soul contract with everybody, and he's helping each one do their thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
तो बबलू के साथ अभी हम बात कर सकते हैं? इज इट पॉसिबल?
Yeah, we can do a small session, but the full blown तो नहीं कर सकते. आपका कोई
लाइक
question हो तो
क्विक 5 minute सेशन कैन वी डू?
हाँ, I can do that. 5 minutes is not a problem.
So, you know Bablu's age and everything. I just want to ask, is he happy in the family?
Okay. First, let's invite Bablu and see what he has to say about himself, or what does he show about his personality.
Okay.
So we can do that. Give me a minute to clear and connect. So because when I connect, I invite them into my space. So as I'm inviting Bablu, Bablu is super excited. You know, he's showing up. He comes with a ball in his mouth to begin with, and he is engaging, and he would love to play. And Bablu has I can feel a lot of energy moving in my hands. So Bablu is very high energy, but off late, for a past few months, Bablu is showing me like he's looking on the other side, and you're trying to call Bablu, and Bablu does not turn back and respond to you. He's doing whatever he's doing. So he's showing me a little disinterest in things around him. So I can see him sitting but not turning back and responding to you when he's being called. And he's looking outside. He's showing me like a space. I see this door, that is the entrance of your house. I see a door here which looks like your kitchenette. This is the space where he's sitting in the center. That's the place where he likes to park himself. And there's another door that side. And Bablu says that this is my spot where I like to sit and see who's coming and going. Does this make sense to you?
Exactly. This is what my house looks like. Okay.
So that's how they come into the session, and sometimes they explain what they have to say. So this is something that Bablu showed me. Now you want to know whether Bablu is happy or not in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bablu. So Bhavishya wants to know, are you happy? He's not only wagging his tail, he's moving his butt, you know, he's going on shaking his butt and he's taking a circle, and Bablu is showing me all the kind of food that you eat. So I have a sense that Bablu is very excited about the food that you guys eat versus what he gets. So, and he's showing me something like almost like a vanilla ice cream cup, could be curd also, but that is something that he's showing that he really enjoys. Looks like Bablu has a sweet tooth and he enjoys things which are sweet. He's just sitting with this eyes like this, you know, he's begging. Not that he's getting all that you're eating, but that is his area of interest. He's very happy in the family. He has no this thing. Food is something I think he's craving more and more of what you eat than what he gets.
Okay.
Okay, and one more thing he's showing me. He's showing me his food bowl. He says everything is very mixed here, and you know it's mashed. Versus he's showing me your plate, which is nice, and things are separate, beautifully plated. So I think that is something which he is looking for more. Not that he has any problem in eating or he has any issues, but that is what he's looking at more rather than his own food. Does this make sense to you?
Does he lie?
Okay, Bablu, you are put on a hot spot. So, Bablu, do you lie? He's got a very interesting reply. He says, where is she talking to me? That I will lie to her.
Okay.
So it's not like,
No, he lies sometimes because even if he thinks कि मैं ऐसे करूँगा तो मुझे बाहर लेके जाएंगे, even if he doesn't want to pee, he just wags his tail and tells me to go outside because he wants to pee. So
okay, Bablu, so is that what is happening there when you're getting excited and you want to be out? He says, I never said that I want to pee. I just told her that I want to be out.
okay.
That is your interpretation that he wants to pee. He just wants to be out. He says, I'm very clear. When I say that I want to be out, I want to be out.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Bablu. You want to ask anything
One
else?
last question.
Okay.
Which is his favorite pet parent? Like we
Oh,
have
wow.
members in the family. उसका favorite कौन है?
Okay, Bablu, so who's your favorite person? Bablu is sitting like this. Because, whenever I ask this question to animals, usually that's the expression I get. I'm not surprised what Bablu is giving me, the same expression. What Bablu is saying is that I do not know how to do favorites. But yes, he has his people at different time who are doing things for him which he enjoys. His favorite person, we'll be able to decipher when we do the soul contract, because there is a reason why he's come into all of your lives. Like he's showing me you, and when he's around you, he brings up the innate desire of trying to do everything to the best capability. So like he's showing me that you are always very concerned when it comes to her food or eating or anything, and you are the one who's always very, like, he's showing me you going like this. So it's like how you watch him. So constantly you're around, and he's working with you on the fact that he wants to help you bring out that feeling that, okay, I have done enough. Because in every area of your life, you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you do it to that level where you have achieved and done the maximum that you can do. So he's working on that. So that is why, if you see in the house, the things that he will need or demand the most are from you. So, like whether it is food, whether it is walk, or whether it is anything, he will make sure that you are around when he is demanding those things. Versus the other members of the family, where he is like, I don't know, probably there's another person, could be your husband, that I see, that he's very chilled out, he wants to play, he's very relaxed, and all these demands usually do not crop up more with him, but with you. So that's a different relationship. So he says, I like her for the things that she does with me. I like the things that he plays with me. So coming out as a favorite person, he says, animals don't know how to do favoritism. They have mastered unconditional love. So they do not understand how to say that this is favorite and this is not. According to him, he is trying to do the best with every member of the family. Though in the physical plane, he is very naughty around you. That is
Okay.
what he's showing me.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
It does. Yeah. Thank you so much for this. We'll move on to the next topic. ऐसा कोई experience हुआ आपकी life में, which was scary? आपने किसी animal से बात करी हो and you actually felt scared कि ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है?
A lot, many times. Sometimes I get very, I will not say the word scary per se, but yes, I get very emotional, and I feel that as humans we have really failed them a lot, and that becomes a factor where I feel, oh my God, how could somebody do like that? So the way they treat them sometimes, and like having two dogs which are nice and small, they want to keep them inside the house, and the third one who is outside the house not feeling well is always put outside, and the pet parent coming in telling me, no, he's not that old, he can walk, but he just likes to mess up in the house because he's just being naughty. Well, that's not the case. I felt very bad when that thing happened, because I've been healing this animal, and I do not want to take names for obvious reasons, but I've been healing this animal, and I know that his legs are giving away. and he's not able to hold the posture, because to pee and poop you will have to maintain the posture of the back legs. And they were saying he's fine, he goes out on a walk with the other dogs, there he's not having a problem, he's just troubling us. So when I see people trying to humanize their animals so much, that is something which I feel, you know, in a reading that makes me feel very off, because I see them as beings who are intelligent, who are divine, who are bringing a lot of protection, a lot of purpose and meaning in our life. Whereas when we start looking them as just, oh no, no, they are just messing up, they just want to trouble us. No animal is here to trouble you. If he's bringing up a behavior that is troubling you, I can rest assure you that behavior is in your highest and best good. You have to understand and see what he wants you to change. And when you change that, things change. Like, I'll give you an example. This lady came to me in a session, and this dog said, okay, you need to change this staircase of my house. She had a house which had a staircase which would go down, like people have their drawing rooms, where you can just 3 steps down. And this dog continuously kept on saying, no, I do not like this, you need to change this. And he was going and peeing and pooping in that area again and again all the time, and that was her main living room space, which he kept very nicely. And he said, no, you need to change, we don't need these stairs here. This kept on happening, and because she was aware and a conscious pet parent, she connected with somebody, because the request was to change this. So she thought, okay, fine, let me see if I can get everything at one level and see how things work. So she called somebody, like people usually call architects or vastu consultants. That guy came and said that, this is the thing which is creating maximum problem in your life. The moment you remove these 3 staircases, you will correct the vastu of your house, you will correct the energy of your house.
Okay.
And once she did that, after 6 months, she comes back to me and she's telling me, everything has changed in my life, everything is prospering, we are growing, the kind of financial debts we had, we have overcome that. So that was just his way of communicating and telling them that these 3 stairs he does not need. He could not tell you, okay, there's a vastu thing happening, you need to correct it, and that will change everything. But he was constantly adamant on that, saying that this needs to change if you want me to stop doing whatever I'm doing. And everything stopped. He started going out, he started doing his business outside. He just wanted those 3 staircases to be, so everything comes at a plain level. So sometimes animals will bring up messages which are very difficult for you to understand also. But trust me, they are not doing it to trouble you. They have no intention of, lying to you, or they have no intention of misleading you in any way. Because they are so present in the moment, they are so connected to their purpose, that they are very aligned to that energy. So they continuously progress and help you move on with that energy.
ऐसा हुआ है कभी कि कोई एनिमल से आप बात कर रहे हो, उन्होंने कंप्लेंट्स करी हो आपको? आर दे डू एनिमल्स कंप्लेंट्स आल्सो?
Very cute ones, interesting ones. No, I would not call them like complaints, but yeah, वो अपनी needs बताते हैं कि okay, I need this bed, or I am feeling pain here, so for that I need this. But they never come and say, oh, such a bad pet parent. It's not like a gossip session where they come and they tell me, oh हो बहुत ही बुरा pet parent है, बिल्कुल मेरा ध्यान नहीं रख रहा है. ऐसा नहीं होता. They don't do that, because they understand and they see us. And चाहे हमें पता चले या ना चले, but they know what we are facing, what we are going through, what are our challenges, so they understand that. So they never come and complain, but they always come and help and say, okay, if you change this, this is going to help me. And that could be the thing that you are worried the most about. So they help you resolve those things also.
बहुत बार क्या होता है, किसी का भी पेट होता है ना घर पे, डॉग हो या कैट हो, मेरे फ्रेंड्स मुझे बोलने लग जाते हैं, ओ बबलू लुक्स लाइक यू, और मेरे खुद के फ्रेंड्स के डॉग्स स्टार्ट्स लुक लाइक देयर ओनर्स.
हाँ.
मतलब is there any connection between these two, or this is happening just coincidentally?
No, you see, even in the house, if you see, husband and wife sometimes may look like brother and sisters.
Yeah.
If they've lived long enough, that is because we are energetic beings, we are exchanging energy. अभी मैं और आप बैठे हैं तो we are talking, but हमारी body के beyond भी हमारी energetic field है. So we are exchanging that energy. Yes, you do become like the person you stay with. Sometimes you may start looking like that person, sometimes you may have similar habits, because there is a very unsaid communication which keeps on happening. You walk into a room and you've not even met the person and you'll say, oh, I like this person, I am okay sitting around. And in another place you'll say, no, I don't want to be around that person. Poor fellow has not even said a single word, but the energetic exchange was not very comfortable. So constantly we are also communicating with the language of energy, whether we are aware of it or not. And yes, staying together with somebody for a long time, and especially the person that you like, you tend to become like that.
और उनको कभी गिल्ट होता है कि सपोज बाय चांस बाइट कर लिया किसी ने, डॉग ने गलती से बाइट कर लिया, या फिर कैट ने, कैट तो यूजुअली यही करती है कि मार देती है किसी को जब नहीं उनको मन होता खेलने का, तो गिल्ट वाला फीलिंग होता है उनके अंदर या नहीं होता?
एज आई टोल्ड यू, फिजिकल प्लेन में वो सारे इमोशन एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं, तो गिल्ट होता है उनको. सो अगर आपका पेट ने आपको बाइट करा है, बट उसको पता है कि वो किस रीज़न से बाइट कर रहा है, उसको अपना रीज़न पता है कि वो क्यों ऐसा कर रहा है, बट ही इज़ वेरी गिल्टी इन द फिजिकल प्लेन बिकॉज ही अंडरस्टैंड्स दैट आपको हर्ट हो रहा है. या अगर आप किसी एनिमल को बार बार मारो, उन्होंने अनकंडीशनल लव तो मास्टर करा है, बट उन्हें फिजिकल प्लेन में कोई लेसन, वो आपके साथ किसी लेसन पे काम करने आए हैं, सो दे मे गेट एंग्री.
तो लायन को गिल्ट होता है डियर को मारने में?
नहीं, वो तो उसका फूड साइकिल है ना.
ओके.
जैसे मुझे गाजर खाने में कोई गिल्ट नहीं है. अब देखा जाए तो गाजर भी पेड़ ही है ना, उसकी भी लाइफ है. सो बिकॉज दैट इज माई पार्ट ऑफ माई फूड चेन. एंड अगेन द लायन इज नॉट गिल्टी बिकॉज वो एक ही डियर खा रहा है और उतनी उसे भूख है. वो कभी भी 6 डियर एक साथ मार के नहीं बैठेगा.
Is it possible to communicate with any animal, or there are certain?
नहीं, any animal.
To lizards also?
हाँ.
Can I tell my lizard to get out of my room?
I'm very scared of lizards. Yes, you can. That's how I do. I always connect to them.
And they go outside?
I always thank them. See, again, a lizard is coming for a reason, showing up in your life for a reason. It's a reminder. So whenever the lizard comes, I always say, okay, fine, I understand. I take the lesson that you are bringing in, but I respect the divinity in you, but your physical form brings out fear in me. I know that is an emotion that I need to work on, and I need to work on this energy, and I know why you're doing that because I understand the relation. So I always thank them and I always tell them to go. I did a reel on lizards,
Okay.
and then there was this girl who came up saying, I'm very scared, what should I do? So I just told her, okay, you do this, that you fold your hands and you say, I respect the divinity in you, but I would not be very comfortable having you in my space. It brings up this fear in me. I totally love your energy. I see you for who you are, but I am not able to connect with your physical form. So kindly leave my space.
Okay.
And the lizard went away, and she says, I don't have so many lizards in my space anymore.
Okay.
So they understand, because when you're respecting them and you're acknowledging their soul, you're talking to their soul. You're not, you may not be psychic and intuitive to get an answer back, but the lizard is psychic enough to understand what you're trying to communicate. So how it happens, you're walking and one stray will love you, and there's another guy who comes and the stray wants to catch the leg of that person. Why? Because the way you are connecting, the love and respect you are showing, the animal is responding with that. And the moment that person who walks in with, anger or fear or whatever other emotion he's bringing, which is not aligned to their frequency, they immediately start feeling scared. So they get into their flight and fright response. Either we have to run or we have to fight. That is the basic instincts, the physical body. So we have to understand animals have a physical body, animals have a soul. The nature of the soul is very different from the nature of the physical body. Like our soul understands that we should love people, we should be kind to people, but sometimes this body does not understand, because we are here with certain emotions, certain things we are experiencing. So we have taken this form to learn and experience certain things. Similarly, animals have also taken the form to learn and experience certain things. At the soul level, we all are same. We are all divine spiritual beings having human or an animal experience. So if you see that energy, yes, we are all same. But we experience different emotions, and animals are no other in that.
बट जैसे हम सुनते रहते हैं कि द बॉडी डाइज, द सोल इज ऑलवेज अलाइव. आपने भी यही बोला कि यू कैन टॉक टू डेड एनिमल्स ऑल्सो बाय कनेक्टिंग विद देयर सोल. बट हमने ये भी सुना है कि एक बार जब कोई इंसान मर जाता है, उसकी सोल जो है दूसरी बॉडी में ट्रांसफ़र हो जाती है. सो सपोज एक डॉग मर गया और उसकी सोल अब कैट में ट्रांसफ़र हो गई है, तो आप कैसे कनेक्ट करोगे उनसे? कि आप कैट से कनेक्ट करोगे या डॉग से कनेक्ट करोगे?
एक्चुअली आपको उससे कनेक्ट ही नहीं करना है ना। आप जब कनेक्ट कर रहे हो, कभी भी आप 100% री इनकारनेट नहीं करते, आप और मैं भी नहीं। अ पार्ट ऑफ अस इज ऑलवेज देयर, आर एसेंस इज ऑलवेज देयर, यू नो, इट्स लाइक अ ब्लू प्रिंट। अब आपका वो नक्शा बन गया, घर का, घर पूरा कंस्ट्रक्ट हो गया, ब्लूप्रिंट तो है ना। आप उस ब्लूप्रिंट को कभी भी खोल के देख सकते हो, किधर वायर जा रहा है, किधर कंस्ट्रक्शन है, किधर पाइपलाइन पड़ा है, दैट ब्लूप्रिंट इज ऑलवेज देयर। ऐसे हमारा एक, जो हमारा ये फॉर्म है या हमारा जो सोल है, इसका एक ब्लूप्रिंट हमेशा वहाँ होता है जिसको आपको एक्सेस होती है। यू कैन ऑलवेज कनेक्ट टू दैट, यू कैन ऑलवेज गेट इन्फॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम दैट। सो व्हेन वी आर कनेक्टिंग टू एन एनिमल इन स्पिरिट, वी आर फर्स्ट कनेक्टिंग टू दैट ब्लूप्रिंट, or whenever we are making a connection, we are always making the connection back to the blueprint. And then it's okay. If he goes in the form of a dog or a cat or a rabbit or a bunny, does not matter. I am connecting to my pet who's in spirit called Zina. That's what I named her. Now, Zina could be a horse, Zina could be a lion, Zina could be anybody, any other animal. That does not matter. When I am establishing that connection, I am connecting to that essence of Zina, to the soul of Zina. And I am receiving informations because I am not intelligent. They are intelligent. They are psychic. They know how to establish that connection better than I do. So, using their psychic abilities, they understand that this human, which is Parul, wants to connect to me, and I am Zina. This is my soul essence, and they are communicating to me in this form. क्योंकि हम एनिमल्स को इतना अंडर एस्टिमेट करते हैं और अपने आप को इतना ओवर एस्टिमेट करते हैं, हमें लगता है वी आर ऑल नोइंग। एनी एनर्जेटिक कम्युनिकेशन दैट यू आर एस्टैब्लिशिंग, एनी साइकिक कनेक्शन यू आर एस्टैब्लिशिंग, कैन ओनली हैपन व्हेन इट इज़ डन on an equal level, where you respect the animal also the way you would respect yourself. So you know that equality and that respect, and treating them as, knowing them that they are psychic and putting them in that light and connecting with them always gives you information that you need.
ओके, ओके। सो जब हम बात करते हैं ना मेंटल इलनेस की, डॉग्स डिप्रेस हो जाते हैं, कैट्स डिप्रेस हो जाते हैं, आपके पास कोई ऐसा केस आया है जिसमें डॉग डिप्रेस हो गया था और फिर आपने उसे निकाल के दोबारा एक हैप्पी डॉग बना दिया हो?
ये तो बहुत बार होता है।
एंड व्हाट इज़ द स्टोरी बिहाइंड दैट कि वो क्यों डिप्रेस हो जाते हैं?
There are many reasons again. Sometimes what happens, I will tell you an example of a dog that came in. That dog came to me, and the owner said that he's he's not behaving himself. Nice little cute dog, very young chap, 2.5 years old, and probably one day he went to a party where he didn't like anything.
ओके,
Or something happened there. This is a huge story. I will not go into all the details, but I'll give you the pointers which will help you connect this. So he went there, and something changed, and he didn't want to, he didn't want to go out again. He was very scared. He didn't want to meet people. He was acting very funny. He was growling at the owner. He didn't want anybody to come near the owner. So absolutely a 360-degree behavior change. So the first thing that happens, what we do is we take the child to the vet. So they took to the vet, and the vet said, okay, fine, everything looks okay, his blood work is okay, everything is okay, he's just looking very off and depressed. So these are the medications that we can start him on.
ओके,
And this lady comes to me and she says, this is what is happening. I said, let's first find out what is the reason before you put him on to these medicines, which the vet said that he's going to have now for all his life.
ओके,
And for that smaller dog to keep continuing having that kind of medication, it's not needed. So we spoke, and he shared, okay, this has happened, I didn't like that, and I'm not very comfortable. And he gave his whole list of things that changed this for him. Along with the list, he also said, I'm feeling this tightness in my body. And I'm feeling that, I'm having a lot of tightness here. I'm not feeling sure. I'm feeling anxious. This is also making me anxious. So we did two things with her. So whatever he wanted the pet parent to do, pet parent did. She changed the things. I, as an animal healer, I started healing, removing the energy that was not settling in his body, cleared his energy field, cleansed his body, and we started him onto certain supplements which are very natural in nature, like flower essences or energized crystals. So we put these natural remedies around him, and we started healing him, and the owner started doing her part, and absolutely a 360-degree change. He's happy, he's traveling, he just went on a trip with the owner, he's absolutely fine. The same people, the people have not changed. The same maid that he was biting is very friendly now. So you have to understand what is it that the animal wants. So once you understand what the animal wants, you change that, and whatever energy he has stored with those experiences, energetically we clean that. Align his energy centers, align all his chakras, clean his chakras, manage his energy, and give him a platform where he can start self-healing.
सबसे ज़्यादा स्टोरीज जो हम सुनते हैं ना कि कोई पेट है घर पे, सपोज डॉग है, उसको ब्लाइंडनेस हो गई या आई प्रॉब्लम हो गई, और फिर ऐसा कनेक्ट होता है कि शायद ओनर को भी आई रिलेटेड कोई प्रॉब्लम थी, या फिर कोई पेट मर गया कैंसर से, और फिर ऐसे रियलाइज़ होता है कि जिस पार्ट में उसे कैंसर हुआ ना, ओनर को उसी पार्ट में कुछ तो दिक्कत चल रही थी. एक स्टोरी, ऐसी ऐसी स्टोरीज मैंने बहुत सुनी है कि पेट हमारी डिसीजेस ले लेता है और खुद पे ले लेता है. इज दिस ट्रू?
It is. अगर वो soul contract है, and as you say, I'm getting goosebumps because Zara had the same soul contract with me. Zara is another pet of mine who is in heaven, and Zara came into my life because she had this soul contract with me, that she had come to heal with me.
ओके.
So she started having eye issues. उसको बहुत सारे आई इश्यूज होने लगे, उसको आई प्रॉब्लम्स होने लगी, एलर्जी होने लगी, एंड द सेम टाइम आई वॉज गोइंग थ्रू लॉट ऑफ आई इश्यूज. So I was, I was struggling with so many surgeries. I had 6 eye surgeries. मेरी इस आँख में मेटल के रिंग्स पड़े हुए हैं, बहुत मेरी आँखों में इशू हो गया था.
Okay.
और Zara was just staying strong for me, showing me that it does not matter. She went completely blind, she could not see, but she was very confident. उसने एक मिनट अपना confidence कम नहीं होने दिया. She knew how to walk, she knew how to command things. Nobody looking at Zara could say that she is blind. She was just my strength at that time. She wanted me to work hard. I was scared of these eye surgeries. I was not sure whether I'll be able to see after these surgeries or not. But she was my strength at that time, and she came to heal with me. She died for a different reason, but she absorbed a lot of energy of mine just to help me be strong and carry on my process of healing. And sometimes we ignore these signs. Sometimes your pet is having certain health issues. Like, say, for example, simple example I'm giving you, somebody came in the session and their pet showed me the pet had major acidity. So it was like too much of acid in his body. And when I connected, I could feel that acid rise in my body, and I told that this is what is happening. When we asked the pet what is happening, he says, my owner also has it. So my pet parent has it, and I'm absorbing it from her. So now, as a responsible pet parent, it becomes your duty to fix your acidity also.
Okay.
So that is what he wanted her to do. So treat me, fix your acidity, let's heal together. So sometimes animals choose to come into your life to help you heal with them.
राइट. एक और स्टोरी सुनी थी जिसको सुन के मुझे ना गूज़बम्स आ गए थे. सो देयर वाज अ प्रेग्नेंट वुमन. उनका अल्ट्रासाउंड किया और डॉक्टर्स ने बोला कि द बेबी इज़ नॉट गोइंग टू सर्वाइव. उन्हीं के घर में एक काऊ थी, वो भी प्रेग्नेंट थी उस टाइम पे, और हर बेबी वाज हेल्दी, कि सब नॉर्मल चल रहा है. एंड सडनली न्यूज़ आई कि जब इंसान का बच्चा डिलीवर हुआ, इट वाज कम्प्लीटली हेल्दी एंड नॉर्मल, और जो गाय का बच्चा था वो एक्चुअली एबनॉर्मल था, और वो मर गया. मतलब एकदम ही ऑपोजिट हो गया. जो एक्चुअली इंसान के साथ होना चाहिए था वो गाय के साथ हो गया, जो गाय के साथ हेल्दी बच्चा था वो इंसान के साथ हो गया. सो अगर वो इतनी ज़्यादा एनर्जीज अब्जॉर्ब कर रहे हैं, कोई तरीका है कि हम उन्हें रोक सकें कि वी विल डील विद आवर ओन प्रॉब्लम्स. अगर हमें एसिडिटी है तो हम अपनी एसिडिटी खुद ठीक कर लेंगे. यू डोंट नीड टू टेक आवर प्रॉब्लम्स ऑन योर सेल्फ.
Actually, that's a good question. And ऐसा हर बार नहीं होता. Like, there could be so many animals living with humans who have acidity, but their dog is not absorbing it. They only do that when there is a lesson, when they really want you to do something. And you can stop them from absorbing by doing what they want you to do. That's the only way you can stop. One thing. The other thing is, yes, they absorb a lot of energy of ours. So we have to learn to keep ourselves energetically clean, keep our space clean where we are, and try to be more present in the moment, do silent sittings with them, try to connect with them at a deeper level, yes, then you can really help them clear that energy that they are absorbing. All animals know how to clear energy. They will absorb energy, they will clear energy. On a daily basis, they know how to do that. But when it becomes too much or when it is a soul contract, then is when their body starts getting affected. ऐसे तो रोज़ वो absorb कर रहे हैं हमारी energy. We may be coming from a meeting which has, you know, a lot of stress, tension, or at our work there could be some tension, or there must be something which didn't go right, and we are carrying all that stress home to them. The moment they come and hug you, they connect you, they absorb that and they clear it. But sometimes that is a constant thing that is happening in your body. You are getting stressed by a particular reason. It is building up. It is always there. So that becomes a constant source that every day they are absorbing, releasing, absorbing, releasing. And if the soul contract is that you want to work with them, then they will bring up that issue.
मैंने सुना है ना, जब हम किसी डॉग को या किसी पेट को या गाय को भी जब हम उसको पेट करते हैं तो हमारी बॉडी की जो एंग्जाइटी है वो रिलीज हो जाती है. वी बिकम हैप्पी.
Yeah, because वो happy hormones release होते हैं ना.
ओके. ऐसा तो नहीं होता कि हमारी एंग्जाइटी उनमें जा रही है?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता. ऐसा नहीं होता कि आप अपने डॉग को पेट कर रहे हैं तो उनमें एंग्जाइटी जा रही है. बट डेफिनेटली अगर आप इफ़ यू हैव अ डॉग इन द हाउस और आपको हर बार एंग्शियस हो रहे हो या रो रहे हो या आप परेशान हो और हर बार उसको गले लगा लगा के आप रो रहे हो, सो इट्स लाइक यूर ऑफ लोडिंग योर इमोशंस ऑन टू हिम ऑल द टाइम. वेल दैट इज़ समथिंग विच एवरीबडी शुड अवॉइड, बिकॉज उनको उतना ही एनर्जी वर्क करना पड़ेगा उसको रिलीज़ करने के लिए. बट वन ऑफ अगर आप उसको पेट कर रहे हो और आप एंग्शियस फील कर रहे हो, उतना एनर्जी वर्क उनको करना आता है. They know how to heal. They are self-healers. Problem happens when they are taking too much than they can handle. Like us. Some humans take too much of stress than they can handle. Sometimes the animals also absorb too much of stress than they can handle. Then is when they need our support. On a daily regular basis, उनको अपना एनर्जी वर्क, अपनी बॉडी का क्लीनिंग, अपना अलाइनमेंट आता है. आप अगर उनको थोड़ा सा सपोर्ट करेंगे, then it will be very nice for them. लाइक आप उनके साथ 15 मिनट्स मेडिटेटिंग विद एन एनिमल इज़ द मोस्ट ब्यूटिफुल थिंग दैट यू कैन डू. और ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आप उसको फिजिकली अपने पास बिठाओ. द एनिमल कैन बी एनी वेयर. यू जस्ट इन्वाइट हिम एनर्जेटिकली इन टू योर स्पेस एंड यू सिट. बिकॉज आप देखोगे यूजुअली क्या होता है, व्हेन आई स्टार्ट मेडिटेटिंग आई सी ऑल एनिमल्स, कोई खेल रहा है, कोई कुछ कर रहा है, ग्रेजुअली स्लोली एवरीबडी विल कम अराउंड, दे विल ऑल लाई डाउन, दे आर पीसफुल, वी आर ऑल इन अ वेरी ब्यूटिफुल पीसफुल स्टेट. That is the time when you're aligning your energy, clearing your own energy field. Their energy is aligned, they're cleaning their own energy field. So that happens very naturally. They are attracted to peaceful energy. They are attracted to people who can share a lot of love, compassion, who see them for who they are. उतना उनको साइकिक सेंस है कि वो आप आराम से उन लोगों की तरफ ग्रेविटेट होते हैं.
Okay.
तो अगर आप ऐसे करेंगे, सो यू आर हेल्पिंग देम रिलीज दैट.
और हम कैसे उनके साथ मेडिटेट कर सकते हैं? सपोज वी सिट फॉर अ मेडिटेशन, हमने आंखें बंद करी, हम ध्यान लगाने की कोशिश
आंखें बंद करी, यू जस्ट से हाय बबलू, आई एम सिटिंग डाउन फॉर मेडिटेशन, आई वुड लाइक यू टू जॉइन माय एनर्जेटिक स्पेस, फील फ्री टू कम इन एंड गो व्हेनेवर यू लाइक, आई एम हियर, लेट्स कनेक्ट. दैट्स इट. उनसे बात करना उतना ही आसान है जितना मैं और आप बात कर रहे हैं. उनको सब समझ में आता है.
ओके.
दे अंडरस्टैंड एवरीथिंग. When you start speaking in spellings also they understand.
Yeah, exactly.
You say TREAT, they know what you're saying.
Yeah,
So
that happens.
So they can read our mind, they can read our thoughts, they read our energy.
राइट. क्योंकि उसका एक कीवर्ड होता है ना हर डॉग का कि चलो बोलते ही सब बाहर चलते हैं. तो अगर हमें उन्हें नहीं बोलना बाहर चलने के लिए, तो मी एंड माई मॉम और मी एंड माई फ्रेंड टॉक्स इन कोड लैंग्वेज कि CHALO. लेकिन उसको समझ आ जाता है, वो गेट पे हमसे पहले पहुंचता है. सो मे बी यू नो
They read the excitement in your voice, na? The excitement. You also know that chalo is like, you know, it's very exciting for him. And we are saying, they connect with the thoughts also that we have. The way we are, how we feel when that thought comes in our body. They understand that also. वो भी thin thread पकड़ लेते हैं. उनको सब पता रहता है कि आप किस चीज़ से एक्साइटेड हो गए, कौन सी चीज़ आप उनके साथ करके एक्साइटेड होते हो. दे अंडरस्टैंड एवरीथिंग.
कभी ऐसा होता है कि आप किसी से कनेक्ट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो लेकिन वो उन्होंने मना कर दिया, आई डोंट वांट टू कनेक्ट?
ऐसा होता तो नहीं है, बट वन ऑड इंसिडेंस आई रिमेंबर वेयर आई हैड टू टेल द पेट पेरेंट टू टेल देयर पेट टू कनेक्ट.
ओके. ऐसा क्यों हुआ?
पर्सनैलिटी टाइप्स हैं सबकी. ही वॉज नॉट वेरी श्योर वॉट वॉज हैपनिंग एंड he wanted his pet parent to feel that, yeah, my dog is like, oh my God, he cannot do anything without me. So sometimes it happens.
तो उसको आपको विजुअलाइज भी करना पड़ता है. सपोज लिजर्ड्स की बात कर रहे थे हम, आप लिजर्ड से कनेक्ट कर रहे हो, यू हैव टू
मैं बिल्कुल नहीं विजुअलाइज कर सकती
बिल्कुल
lizard
नहीं
को.
कर सकते. एग्जैक्टली.
Because that is an animal that I am scared of. But and this is very interesting. So one of my mentor, she told us to connect with an animal, and she would not even tell us. She will just give us a name, because हमारे से बहुत practice sessions होते थे जब हम काम करते थे उनके साथ train करते थे. तो ऐसा एक practice session था. Practice session में she just said that this is the name of the animal. She said, I'm not going to give you the gender, no species, nothing. ये animal है, आप कनेक्ट करो और बताओ क्या क्या इन्फॉर्मेशन आ रही. दैट वाज एन इंटरेस्टिंग सेशन एंड सच एन आई ओपनर. एंड उन्होंने ये भी नहीं बताया कि एनिमल अलाइव या ये स्पिरिट में. वी कनेक्टेड विद अ क्रोकोडाइल एंड वी वर ऑल गेटिंग इन्फॉर्मेशन लाइक दैट, बिकॉज हमको ऐसा फील हो रहा था कि हमारे हैंड्स ऐसे छोटे हो गए हैं, हम कंस्ट्रिक्टेड फील कर रहे हैं जब हम एनिमल की बॉडी से कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं. तो हमको वो सारी अजब अजब सेंसेशंस आ रहे थे एंड वी वर वेरी क्यूरियस टू नो हमने किसके साथ कनेक्ट करा. And when she told us, it made so much of sense, and we all had such a great laugh. कि अगर उन्होंने मैं पहले बता दिया होता, lot of people are scared of reptiles. Just the way they move, that brings this feeling in us. But they are harmless, absolutely. So like all snakes do not bite. All we don't like the lizard because of the feel of it. Otherwise, she's not doing anything to us.
तो अगर हम स्नेक से कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं तो क्या मतलब स्केल्स आ जाएंगे हमारी बॉडी में या
आ
हमारे
नहीं जाते, ऐसा फील हो सकता है आपको.
ओके.
बिकॉज जब आप उनके साथ उनकी बॉडी के साथ कनेक्ट करते हो, आप अपनी एनर्जी ओपन अप कर रहे हो एज एन एनिमल कम्युनिकेटर फॉर देम टू सुपर इम्पोज देयर एनर्जी ऑन टू यू. सो समटाइम्स यू कैन फील सर्टन फिजिकल सेंसेशंस which they feel in the body. Yes, you can feel that. That's how we understand how they are feeling.
So can we connect with Noora? Is it possible right now?
No, that is your stray animal.
Stray animal.
हाँ, outside.
हाँ.
We would like to do it properly because short change नहीं करना चाहिए. मैं लोगों को हमेशा ये कहती हूँ कि जब आप किसी एनिमल से कनेक्ट कर रहे हो, उसको उतना टाइम दो. See, Bablu is your pet. He stays with you. That's a different thing. One off question you asked. That animal would be his first time anybody wanting to talk to him. So ऐसा हो जाता है ना, फिर किसी को आपने लॉलीपॉप दी और ले ली, वो नहीं करना चाहिए. So I can always do it some other time with you whenever you want. I can do a full blown session.
Okay.
So we respect that thing in them where we say, let them get the full, like, it's a very beautiful thing for animals. They feel very happy when you connect and talk to them. And they enjoy that part. तो 2 सवाल पूछ के चला जाना या क्रॉसओवर पेट से 2 सवाल पूछ के चले जाना becomes like it's like a little cheating, I feel.
Okay.
Give them their fair share of time.
Right. अभी तक आपने जितने सारे एनिमल्स के साथ डील करा है, कैन वी कनेक्ट विद ह्यूमंस आल्सो विदाउट टॉकिंग?
I think yeah, psychic mediums तो वही करते हैं.
आप कर सकते हो कनेक्ट?
मैं करना नहीं चाहती. मैं कर सकती हूँ, बट दैट्स नॉट व्हाट आई लव टू डू, बिकॉज देन ह्यूमंस के लिए काम करने के लिए बहुत लोग हैं. हुआ है मेरे साथ, एक ऐसा इंसिडेंस हुआ है मेरे साथ जहाँ पे दिस लेडी reached out to the team and saying that my mother is in spirit and I want you to talk to my mother. And I told her, look, I don't do that. I gave her the name of a friend of mine who does that. I said, I have a friend. There are a lot of psychic mediums who do that. I don't want to do that. So she says, no, but I cannot trust anybody else. She says, you may have forgotten, because that's another thing. Once I finish the reading and I disconnect, after that I don't remember anything. And I don't want to also remember anything, because otherwise this is just a hard disk. This will fry off. So my disk and I have to be totally clean. I cannot have past information. So I like that's how I function as an animal communicator. Everybody may have a different way of doing it. But my process is, after I finished a connection, I'll forget everything. I will erase that from my mind. So she says, you may not remember, but you connected with my dog, and you were the first person, through connecting with my dog, told me that what illness my mother has. And after that, we started treating her, because the dog showed me that this is what she's having. I'm absorbing this energy in this part of the body. That is where she's experiencing pain and discomfort, and she needs to get it checked. This is the second time it has happened with me, where the animal shared this information, then the treatment of animal was happening, but the animal crossed over, and after that human also crossed over, because he showed me that she is having cancer. And then the family realized, and they took her to the doctor, got the test done, and figured out, yes, she had cancer. They did a nice long treatment for good 2 years or so, but then she just crossed over. So she wanted me to connect with her mother, because she says, I can trust you, because I know what you shared through my dog, and the way you connected with my dog, and all the information was absolutely bang on. So for her request, only once I have done that I connected with her mother, and I gave her the information that the mother gave. So talking and connecting with animals or humans or plants or wind or nature is just the same. There is no different process. It's only like some people choose to connect with only humans, some choose to connect with animals.
कभी ऐसा होता है कि आपको लोगों ने आपके पास कोई इंसान आया कि मेरे डॉग से कनेक्ट करो, और आपने उनको पूरा रीडिंग बताया, और उसके बाद उनको विश्वास नहीं होता कि शायद ऐसे ही बोल दिया होगा, दिस इज़ वेरी जेनरिक, ऐसे तो सभी डॉग्स करते होंगे, इट इज़ नथिंग स्पेशल, ओनली अबाउट माई डॉग, ऐसा कहीं ट्रस्ट फैक्टर का केस होता है?
हो जाता है, बिकॉज कुछ लोगों को ट्रस्ट अपने ऊपर ही नहीं होता, तो वो दूसरे के ऊपर कैसे ट्रस्ट करेंगे. और कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि अगर आपने मुझे बहुत इन्फॉर्मेशन दे दी अपने पेट के बारे में, और मैं आपके पेट के बारे में आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन दे रही हूँ, तो अगर आपने मुझे बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन दे रखी है, तो कई बार पेट पेरेंट को ये फील होता है कि ये तो सारा मैं बता चुका हूँ, यही इन्फॉर्मेशन आप मुझे दे रहे हो. दैट इज़ अनदर रीज़न व्हेन वी रीड एन एनिमल, just to keep it nice, clean and free flowing, we say don't give us too much of information,
ओके.
because there are so many a times when and sometimes people are looking for something more also. उनको लगता है कि नहीं और कुछ भी हमें पता चलना चाहिए था. सो एनिमल्स जो भी शेयर कर रहे हैं वो अपने एनवायरनमेंट के बारे में शेयर कर रहे हैं. लाइक समटाइम्स पीपल कम इन अ सेशन एंड दे वांटेड टू बी लाइक अ प्रिडिक्शन, कि आप मुझे बताओ कि इसकी कब डेथ होने वाली है.
ओके.
That is something the animal will not share, for the obvious reasons. That is an information which can never be shared.
बट उनको पता होता है कि कब होने वाली है.
उनको सब पता होता है, वो अपनी ये सब चूज करके रखते हैं कि हम ऐसे जाएंगे, इस तरह से होगा, ये होगा. At soul plane they are aware of everything, but that is not an information to communicate.
Okay.
Like sometimes people come in a session just asking कि okay मेरे को ये job suit करेगा या नहीं.
अच्छा.
So this is not, the animal can only tell you things that you need to do to change, to get what you want in life. But ये job suit करेगा, कितने कब आपको job मिलेगा, कब नहीं मिलेगा. So sometimes people get confused कि animal communication reading में animal is not an astrologer or he is not doing predictions. He is just communicating and talking and sharing his needs, his desires, how he can help you. But sometimes they come for these reasons and then they feel very dissatisfied at times. तब वो डिससेटिस्फाइड हो जाते हैं कि हमको ये नहीं पता चला कि हमारा एनिमल कब मरने वाला है, या हमें ये नहीं पता चला कि हम कब अमीर बनने वाले हैं.
राइट.
सो अगर ऐसा क्वेश्चन है तो वो एनिमल नहीं आंसर करेगा.
मतलब वो चूज करेगा ना आंसर करना, बट वो उसको
हाँ
पता है.
हाँ बिल्कुल. हमें ऐसा लगता है कि अगर हम एनिमल कम्युनिकेशन रीडिंग में एनिमल के साथ कनेक्टेड हैं, कई बार लगता है लोगों को कि वो सारे आंसर्स देगा. नो, देयर इज़ अ फ्री विल सबके पास है, हमारे पास भी है और एनिमल के पास भी है. सो वी हैव टू रिस्पेक्ट दैट. एंड फॉर मी द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सन इन द सेशन इज़ द एनिमल. उसकी फ्री विल और उस कनेक्शन को मुझे 100% रिस्पेक्ट करना है. आप ना खुश हो, दैट्स ऑल राइट, बट माई थिंग इज़ दैट आई हैव टू रिस्पेक्ट द एनिमल एंड दैट कनेक्शन, विच इज़ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर एनिमल ने डिसाइड करा कि मुझे ये जवाब नहीं देना है तो नहीं देना है. अगर एनिमल नहीं जवाब दे रहा तो वो मुझसे 4 बार भी वो क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे तो मैं उनको यही बोलूँगी, योर एनिमल हैज़ नथिंग मोर टू से ऑन इट.
अभी तक आपकी लाइफ में सबसे वियर्डेस्ट एनिमल एक्सपीरियंस कोई हुआ है जो आपको अभी याद हो? सबसे वियर्डेस्ट.
ऐसे तो याद करना बड़ा मुश्किल है. सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस बहुत अच्छे थे, इंटरेस्टिंग
विच यू
थे.
कैन शेयर ऑल्सो.
आई वॉज कनेक्टिंग विद दिस कैट,
ओके.
एंड उस कम्युनिकेशन में द ह्यूमन हैड दिस ग्रज दैट व्हाई माय कैट इज़ नॉट शोइंग अफेक्शन टुवर्ड्स मी, एंड शी इज़ अफेक्शनेट टुवर्ड्स एवरीबडी एल्स इन द हाउस. बट जब मैं हाथ लगाती हूँ या मैं कनेक्ट करती हूँ तो मुझको बिल्कुल शी डजंट कम नियर मी एट ऑल. And okay, and every time I asked, because she was consistent on this question, and I kept asking the cat, and she gave me a funny smell. And I told her, I said, I'm getting this weird smell. And sometimes you cannot put a name to the smell. कि okay, ये ऐसी smell है.
Right.
So I kept on asking the cat, you'll have to show me something more, because I'm telling her there is a weird smell around your mom, but she's not able to understand what it is. So you'll have to show me something more by which I can help. Then she showed me the soap that she was using. And that soap had a very, very strong smell. Then then she says, okay, which soap? Now she's using many soaps. That was like, it felt like I am doing, it's like I'm doing solving a crime scene with connecting with the cat, getting a picture, then telling her. That was one session which was very weird, in the sense the way we were getting information and where that information led. So after decoding, couple of shapes came. So she's showing me the shape of the soap, then she's showing me the color of the soap, and finally we discovered that there was this soap which had a very, very strong fragrance, and it was more like that oud kind of fragrance. So that is what it was. And every time, and this lady loved that, so she was using a fragrance of that same, and she was using the soap, and every time she would try to pick up the cat, and for the cat it was too overwhelming, and she would just jump out of her body and go away, like she would not want to be near her. Versus when she would sleep in the night, after some time she'll come and curl up near the leg and sleep. So like the smell also wears out of her body. So this lady would always use that, and this cat would never want to come to her. And after they communicated and everything changed, then she says now she's fine. She comes to me, she plays with me. She says, I threw that soap and that perfume, and I'm not using it. Sometimes we get very strong fragrances, and that oud fragrance was not going with the cat. So to decode the whole message and go to that fragrance was a task, because she could not spell that oud for me. She could not show me the label. She was just constantly showing me the soap and the fragrance. And that was one session which was interesting, and how the outcome came was also very nice.
Yeah.
Like after the understanding, they both gelled along, they both played together, they had so much of connection with each other.
काफी इंटरेस्टिंग नहीं लगता होगा इतना सारा कुछ
हाँ, उस
ऐसा
दिन तो मुझे ऐसा
detective
लगा कि
वाला
लाइक आई एम
feeling?
शर्लक होम्स. मैं देख रही हूँ, अच्छा शेप ऐसा है, अब कौन सा शेप है, अब क्या कलर है. उसने मुझे इतनी चीज़ें दिखाई उसके वॉशरूम में और उसके घर में कि ये है. शी वॉज ट्राइंग टू हेल्प मी आइडेंटिफाई दैट फ्रेग्रेंस. एंड आई थिंक बिकॉज दैट वॉज समथिंग विच आई सेड, ओ दैट मेड मी थिंक दैट हाउ मच आवर एनिमल्स आर ऑब्जर्विंग अस, हाउ मच दे आर नोटिसिंग, एंड हाउ मच दे नो. Not that she was going in the shower with her all the time, but she exactly knew the things where they are. So that was an interesting conversation I had with one of the cats.
One last question. कभी ऐसा, जैसे क्राइम के लिए हम डॉग्स लेते हैं ना, ऐसा कभी क्रिमिनल केस सॉल्व करने के लिए किसी डॉग से आपने कम्युनिकेट किया है?
रिक्वेस्ट तो आई थी, पर मैंने करा नहीं, बिकॉज इट वॉज टू मेसी. It was a big case, and it was a case which had involved lot of very, very famous people. I don't want to name them. Challenge ये था कि जिसका वो dog था, he was no more in the body. And to connect with an animal, I need the permission. सी आप एनर्जी वर्क कर रहे हैं, पर इसकी भी एक बाउंड्री होती है, इसके भी कोड ऑफ एथिक्स होते हैं. आई कैन नॉट रैंडमली, आई कैन नॉट कम टू योर हाउस एंड स्टार्ट टॉकिंग टू बबलू. दैट इज़ अनएथिकल. आई नीड योर परमिशन टू डू दैट. Just because I'm an animal communicator, there is a privacy, there is a boundary. I cannot breach that boundary and trust of the animals. So the challenge here was why I didn't do it, because the owner is not there and the dog is living with somebody else. And now this person wants me to solve this mystery without letting the owner, the second owner, know that I'm connecting with the dog. I didn't do that. So I was approached, twice I've been approached for such cases. But I said, I need clear consent. I need the person to give the yes and no, the consent.
बट ओके, वन लास्ट क्वेश्चन, उसका ये एक्सटेंडेड वर्जन है. सपोज आपके घर में कोई चीज़ गुम हो जाती है, हाँ, सोफे के नीचे चली गई है, आपकी रिंग या चेन या कुछ भी, और आपके डॉग को पता है कि हाँ इस सोफे के नीचे रखी है. कैन यू कम्युनिकेट विद द डॉग टू नो कि वो आपकी गुम हुई चीज़ कहाँ पे है?
ये तो आपने मुझे बहुत अच्छा आइडिया दिया, मैंने सोचा ही नहीं था कि आई कैन आस्क देम. I will ask them and I will get back to you. I've never done that ever, but I'm sure why not. अभी तो मैं अकेले ही ढूंढ रही थी. This is a great suggestion. I will involve the whole party into it. Now all of them will search with me. I never did that.
ठीक है, इसी के साथ बहुत ज़्यादा मज़ा आया आपसे ये सारी बातें करने में. आई होप हमारे व्यूअर्स को भी उतना ही मज़ा आया होगा जितना
hope.
मुझे आया.
I hope.
And I really want to thank you for your time, for your effort, for coming here and educating us and the audience about how important it is to, be empathetic, to understand other living beings feeling, or may it be dogs, cat, animals, or plants. So thank you so much for this.
Yeah, I would want to thank you. Thank you so much for giving me the platform, because it is always not, this is not everybody's cup of tea. I want more and more people to love animals. When I say it's not everybody's cup of tea, I mean to say कि लोगों को वो नहीं है अभी connect animals के साथ. अभी हम explore कर रहे हैं. It is very important to learn and to coexist with them. And आप जैसे platforms जो हमको ये opportunity देते हैं कि we come out and we share our thoughts and views, we are very thankful, because you're helping us in the mission that I have, that I want everybody to understand that animals have a spiritual meaning, a spiritual essence. They are divine beings just like us, who are living their lives parallelly with us. So अगर उनको अपना respect मिल जाए और वो प्यार मिल जाए, then I think we have served our due as humans on this planet. And you have really helped me, and thank you so much for the beautiful platform. You're doing amazing work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
ठीक है, स्टार्ट करें. Asia's only animal soul communicator.
Asia's only soul level animal communicator.
Soul level animal communicator. यही बोलते हैं introduction.
नहीं होगा ये मेरे काम में. मैं जितनी बार बात करूंगी उतना ही एक्सप्रेशन आएगा. I'm so happy, and you need any help with Bablu, whatever comes up, X-rays, how easy